couple of people have asked about my FPV setup on my Blade 450. Thought I'd make a quick video, talk a little bit about it. It's basically just a stock E-Flite Blade 450. I added some the cheapo carbon fiber blades, and I changed out the canopy from the stock one to just this generic white deal with a smoked little window on it. It's actually off a Blade 400, so it doesn't fit the best, but it works okay. I also had to change the stock motor. This is the 420 Outrunner that comes on this particular model. Is not very good, and the shaft where it goes through the bearings wore out, and they don't sell replacement shafts. And the stock motor from E-Flite's about $55, so I bought a T-Rex 450 replacement motor aftermarket. Had to do a little bit of shimming, had to drill out the pinion, but it fits in there nicely and it's got good power. It actually seems to run smoother, I think, and quieter than the stock motor, plus it has a fan on it for better cooling, and it was only 19 bucks with shipping, so you can't complain about that. As far as the rest of the helicopter, we've got the audio video battery, and then of course it'll double stack with one of the primary motor drives batteries. Will sit right up in there inside that loop. On the bottom we've got the SN555 NTSC camera from Hobby Wireless. We've also got the I believe it was the T905 is the model number. It's a 910 megahertz audio and video transmitter. A little antenna. We've also got the FMA Copilot, which works excellent given the right conditions. You need to have about a 20-degree temperature differential between the sky and the ground. But pretty much you wouldn't own a small helicopter without it. It works awesome. And the stock G210 gyro, I've been pretty happy with that. It's pretty rock solid. On a really cold day you'll get a little bit of drift, but if you let it stabilize out in the ambient air temperature like you're supposed to, it holds pretty well. So that's about it. This thing's been crashed numerous times. Actually, one of the reasons why I have the white canopy is I had this sitting on the ground and the tail rotor sawed off the side of the original canopy, so I got a bread tie that holds it together. But this has probably been rebuilt 4 times, usually a $20 bill each time. You almost always strip out the servo gears and end up bending a main shaft or something. For the other end of the FPV setup, I just used the stock DX6i controller that came with the Blade 450. It's a pretty decent controller. Not the best, obviously. One thing you want to make sure when you're doing FPVs, you get all the power transmit that you can. So you want to go into your menu setup and look for power setting, and make sure it's on the US 247. That's the highest output. Sonic iced tea and a hot pocket. As far as the receiver, I bought one of these 900 megahertz receivers. You just plug in your composite right into the back of a TV. Or what I did is I got a Pinnacle Dazzle It's a USB composite to USB cable, which plugs into the laptop, and then there's software that converts the composite video to like an MP3 or MP4 or AVI or whatever format you want. In the future, I plan to add a external antenna and an amplifier. But right now, with this stock setup and the stock AR6115E, which all the E means is that it's got in pins on it. You can get a 6115 with vertical pins, or the 6115E's horizontal pins. They're both the same receiver. But it's got dual receiver antennas, one on each side, and I can get a solid 1/4 of a mile as long as it's line of sight, and probably further. I just haven't taken it out that far. But it works pretty good. I mean, that gives you a 1/2 mile diameter. As long as you're in the center, you can fly a 1/4 mile radius and cover a lot of ground. And with the battery, I'm still getting a good strong 6 minutes. Actually, I fly about 6 minutes till the timer goes off, and then I'll use that last minute to land. But other than that, that's about all I use. Just got a regular Dell laptop, take it out into the field, plug the dazzle into it, and watch in real time. There's a little bit of a delay, about 1/4 of a second, and it does make for a little bit of a challenge. But eventually I'll go with a TV type of setup. That's all for now.